Hey, how's it going, everyone? Jeremy here. I am just hanging out in my apartment, keeping an eye on the clock. I've got to get ready to go to work soon. I am working in one of the water parks, and pretty sure I gave myself some pretty serious heat stroke. But before I get into that, because I keep forgetting to talk about it, just wanted to give a shout out to Franklin and Megan, who definitely caught me off guard while I was working in Hollywood studios a few nights ago, and I had not been able to mention how great it was meeting you guys. I kind of forgot to talk about it like in the last video. I've actually only shot one video since meeting you guys, so I'm really backed up on on doing videos. But if you guys see me, run into me at the parks, please just realize that I'm working. So just try to be respectful from that. Franklin and Megan, you guys were fantastic. I really appreciate that. Really great to meet you. If I'm just out vlogging, I don't care. Stop me and come say hi. I would love to meet anyone and everyone. So I really appreciate it. It's probably way cooler for me than it is for anyone else to meet me. So, anyway, I was working. I picked up a shift. I was not scheduled for the shift. It was it's called outdoor vending position at one of the water parks, and it was literally all outside. And I'm just not used to this Florida temperature and climate. I was not prepared for it. Disney gives you some nice water bottles that you can clip onto your belt loop on your pants, basically, so you can always have water on you at all times. But it's difficult sometimes to be drinking. You don't necessarily want to be drinking in front of a guest. I mean, if you absolutely need to, absolutely go for it. But I drank so much water that day, and it just wasn't enough, because the day before I went out with Eric, met up with Eric from Eric's Excursions in downtown Lakeland. I always want to say Lakewood, like Lakewood, Colorado, because that's where I'm from. There's no Lakeland in Colorado that I know of. But anyway, in Lakeland, and had a great time. But like a dum-dum, I brought a single can of carbonated water like on the drive to Lakeland to meet up with him. And I drank like half the can, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'm hydrated. Well, being out, walking around, it's like, at least, at minimum, it's 90 degrees. And you're, just out in the sun, and you're walking. And we got to that one place, I can't remember what the name of it was, but it's kind of like a food court for restaurants, and a really cool, hip place. And I was going to buy a drink, but it was just, when I went back in, I'm looking at each place, and it's like there's nothing is listed as far as drinks, and I was just like, whatever. I knew we were gonna grab some late lunch later in the day, and I was like, I'll just wait. Well, then we got to the Italian restaurant, and I was slamming water. The first thing I did when I went in there was I said, hey, we're dining in. Can I get a cup? Like, I'm dying. I need some water. And I slammed like 3. It was like 16-ounce glass, plastic cup, but cups of water like in a row. I was dying. I got to do so much better with keeping hydrated here in Florida. But when I worked that shift at Disney, I worked in like 4 different locations. They keep you moving and whatnot. So you don't get bored, and you get some good cross training and whatnot. And the last location I was with, that I was in, it's like a tent. So, the sun's not hitting you, which is great. But there was at least 4, if not 5, food warmer / cookers in that tent with us. So it's just like, it's a sauna. It's literally just a sauna, and I'm waiting to be done with the day. I'm waiting to be done with the day because I just wanted to get indoors, get to my car, turn on the AC. But long story short was I finally was able to clock out, and then I went back into the counter area and got a Coke Zero. That was the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. Yet, like, we're drinking water all day, but keep this in mind, like, I'm using a bottle fill-up station. Well, that water, it's clipped to you. Well, what happens to the temperature of that water? You know, that water's coming out at ambient temperature, and now it's sitting in this bottle, and it's 90 some degrees. So every time you go to drink some water, it's, you know, the water temperature is like 90 degrees at least. So it's not very refreshing. But anyway, yeah, so yesterday I needed to get out. I needed to do a video, and I so wanted to get over to Hollywood Studios to do the new Rock and Roller Coaster with the new overlay with the Muppets. And I was not, sorry, just keeping an eye on the time. I got to leave in like 10 minutes. I was not able to show that because I didn't leave. And also, a few weeks ago, Jill and I did a video where we were at Epcot, and I drove her back to her car, which was at Hollywood Studios, and we ended up doing Hollywood Studios because we had like 50 minutes left. It's like an Easter egg at the end of that video. And we did Rise of the Resistance. I showed a couple clips, and then the very last clip, I held my camera up to Smuggler's Run, and I said, "One last ride." And then my camera died. I couldn't film anymore. We get on the ride, and there's the Mandalorian Grogu overlay. And I had no idea that that was done, like that it was out. So that was really cool, but I wasn't able to show it because my camera was dead. And I still have yet to go back and do a video with that. So I really wanted to do that yesterday. And every time I went outside, my body just said, no, go back in. Like, I needed another day of recuperation. This Florida weather and climate is just, it's no joke, and I'm not used to it yet. And I know we're still coming into July and August. I've been to Florida once in August, and it was pretty serious. So I still have some learning to do. I gotta do better when it comes to keeping hydrated. And like I said, no fault on Disney's own. That's, you know, I was probably got some mild heat stroke and dehydration from the day before. But and they didn't schedule me for that. That's a shift that I picked up. So. And also regarding Disney, so many people are still commenting on a couple of my videos from like now at least 1 or 2 weeks ago regarding, you know, issues that I've had at Disney and all that. And I appreciate the support and all that, and people saying, you know, be careful, you know, saying this and that when you're, you know, working and, you know, having an outburst. Yeah, no, I know, I understand. And everything is much smoother now. I kind of am figuring out my place in the company and what I want from it, and I really don't think I want to pursue like maybe a training position at most, but I don't want to try to climb the ladder, you know. So people that think, oh, they're just going to use you, whatever, like no one's using anyone. Like, you know, I'm there to do the best that I can do and try to help others while I'm there, quite honestly. And then with the guest experience, I mean, you can bet, like if you're dealing with me, you're gonna get, you know, I'm hoping incredible customer service. You know, I thrive on trying to give the best customer service that I can because it's the industry that I've been in for over 30 years. But anyway, I got to shut up now because I got to get my butt ready for work, and then tomorrow I'm hopefully. Oh, geez, never mind. I was going to say, going to go to Hollywood Studios. Jill and I are actually going to go to Old Key West to go to the restaurant, I think it's called Olivia's. I'm excited to check out Old Key West because I have never been there. There's still so much new stuff to do. Sorry for the noise. AC unit just kicked on. One of the drawbacks of living in an apartment is the AC unit is literally inside the wall. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you later. Bye.